Here's Lorna Dupre arguing against having a referendum.
It's absolutely the worst way to resolve a complex set of interrelated issues.
You know, making the usual argument that the topic is too complex for a referendum, it's too complicated. But I just included this one because it was pointed out to me, something I found quite amusing and entertaining. That here she is arguing against a referendum today, but then here she is in 2018 supporting another referendum for the Brexit vote, going down to London to join the People's Vote March. Clear double standards right there. And that's all that needs to be said. Look at this. It's a classic case. But I mean, I think that we should all, let's be honest with ourselves and each other. The reason why we back a referendum is because we don't want the congestion charge. And the reason why people don't back a referendum is because they do want the congestion charge. And it's as simple as that. We support a referendum when we think the results will go the way that we want them to. Let's be honest about that. The reason why people are calling for a referendum is because they don't want a congestion charge, and also because they don't trust that consultation mechanism that they've used. But this is just to, point out, let's continue to recognise that these are politicians, political agents, political actors. They say one thing and they do another. There's another example of it right there. Yeah, and then she goes on to say this.
There is no room for dialogue in a referendum, no room for compromise or complexity or cooperation.
And that there's, I don't really accept that argument about a referendum. There's lots of opportunity for wide-ranging debate and dialogue and compromise and hashing out all the nitty-gritty details before the actual date of the referendum. You declare a referendum date, and then leading up to it, you have all the conversations you want, and then you make the decision on the day, yes or no. But then again, you don't even have to have a referendum which is legally binding as a result either. You can use a referendum as a kind of opinion poll survey. That Brexit one was an absolute travesty for that very reason. You can put out the referendum, you say, we're going to listen to you, tell us what your point of view is, and then we'll take that on board and we'll make the final decision after that. If it's a 50-50 split, we'll take that on board and we'll come up with a compromise solution that works for everybody. That's what a referendum is good for. So I don't accept this argument of Dupre that, or the Liberal Democrats generally, that a referendum doesn't allow you to have nuanced debate. It absolutely does, of course it does. And ultimately, it gives you a clearer understanding of what the public actually think about something. But of course, all of this is beside the point, because obviously they have had the vote already. They voted it down. And ultimately, what it comes down to, as lots of people have already speculated, is that they don't want to have a referendum because they know what the results will be, and they will lose control of their grip on this situation.